Former President Donald Trump is fuming after the Washington Post published a breaking story that the Justice Department is probing his actions on January 6th. While there is no criminal indictment of the former president, it is a criminal probe, and that enough has triggered the former president, who took to Truth Social. He wrote this: just more disinformation by the Democrats, like the Russia scam, impeachment hoax number 1, impeachment hoax number 2, the long-running Mueller report, which ended in no collusion, not true, and so much more. Now that we have found the answers to these crooked, election-changing events, why is the Justice Department not prosecuting those responsible? Plenty of time left. Okay, plenty of time left. Yeah, Merrick Garland, why didn't you actually go after the people responsible, like Donald Trump? I know he's looking into the people around him, but again, there's no criminal indictments yet when it comes to Trump. All right, so now he continues by saying, people forget this is all about a rigged and stolen election. Not really, but rather than go after the people that rigged and stole it, they go after the people that are seeking honesty and truth and have freedom of speech, many other defenses on their side. Justice Department should look at the crime of the century. Weird capitalization, by the way. Evidence is massive and irrefutable. No, to this day, no one has presented any evidence that the election was stolen. Now, there's evidence that somebody tried to steal the election, and it just happened to be Donald Trump. But of course, facts don't matter to the right. He says it enough time, and his people are going to believe it. The guy could go on and say that the sky is brown, and I'm pretty sure MAGA would be like, yes. And you know what? It's the perfect shade of brown, and we've been saying it all along. That's our president. He says it's brown. It's brown. No, look, the majority of Republicans believe that Trump won the election. I mean, you've probably seen the NPC meme, right? That's the NPC meme. It's absolute projection when they say liberals are in lockstep. No, it's the right wing. But anyway, there's more rage. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. The Georgia phone calls, he says, were perfect. Many people and lawyers on both sides were knowingly on the call. I assumed the call was taped. There were 0 complaints or angry "how dare you" charges made during the call, and no hang-ups by anyone aggrieved or insulted at what was said. They were perfect calls. I was just doing my job as president and seeking fairness and the truth. Election was rigged and stolen. Why am I not surprised that nobody would tell the most powerful person in the world that he was doing bad things? And how the fact that since nobody told the most powerful person in the world, who should know better, that he was doing illegal things and that they were bad, coming up with the conclusion that they're not actually bad, that's quite a stretch. Big stretch. That's Stretch Armstrong level. Okay? And by the way, in the call, that's not even true. Raffensperger was like, hey, you know there's no fraud, right? Everything you're saying right now is not true. To which Trump said about the investigators, quote, they're either dishonest or incompetent. Well, I mean, that would be massive projection right there on the case of Trump. But look, Raffensperger also says, I'm not going to find you all the votes. I'm not going to find you votes that don't exist. The numbers are the numbers, and the numbers don't actually lie. And that's where Trump made a threat and said, oh, it's dangerous for you to say that. So no, this is not a perfect call. And nowhere in the job description does it say for president that you should end democracy. In fact, this is the opposite. You're supposed to protect democracy. You're supposed to uphold it. So look, obviously Trump catching feelings about the J6 hearings and the probe, which again is not, it so far has not led to any indictments of Trump himself. And yet the man is feeling very, very salty. I can only imagine the rage if he is indicted. So again, I don't know if he has anything to worry about on that front. No sitting form or former president has been charged with a crime. So this would be literally unprecedented in this country. And it's not because they didn't do crime. No, there was Nixon who resigned. He was pardoned afterwards because had he stayed in office, he absolutely would have been impeached. And then there's, of course, also Bush's war crimes, never punished. In fact, he's doing shitty paintings right now. And, you know, that's the result of the 2 invasions that led to over a million innocent Iraqis that were killed. But hey, war crimes totally acceptable in this country, you know, if a president does it. And that includes us doing regime change to other countries. In fact, even under Trump, we were trying to do regime change to Venezuela. You know, the whole Juan Guaido thing. And so...
in Venezuela.
So they tried to do that. I mean, again, war criminal. Absolute war criminal. Dropping the mother of all bombs on Afghanistan. Aiding the Saudis in Yemen. Letting a man who killed a Washington Post journalist, Mohammed bin Bonesaw Salman, get away with it. I mean, come on. The crime after crime after crime. Not only that, but again, trying to steal an election. And yet, you know, I don't see, there's no indictments yet. I'm hoping that the Attorney General will look at this and think, I may be comfortable with regime change in other places, but not here.